The Trump camp, of course, expecting a huge, massive win tonight, planning a celebration at Mar-a-Lago already, and all but securing the nomination. However, of course, we know that he can't technically win it all tonight simply based on mathematics, and that's even if he gets all of the Republican votes and all of the delegates. But what do you see as Nikki Haley's path forward after this? She certainly maintains her enthusiasm, but there is no poll that puts Nikki Haley ahead in any single state.
Yeah, even if she were to do well in, let's say, Vermont, which is a state, the governor endorsed her up there. I know he campaigned with her last week, and there's a chance that she could do reasonably well there. I don't really see anywhere else. I mean, potentially she could have it closer in Virginia, North Carolina, where Republicans tend to be more college educated and more suburban. But again, getting close just isn't good enough anymore. She has to show that she can actually make some serious inroads, and I just don't see anywhere that she can do that. I would suspect that the money is starting to run dry. I know she put a lot of money into this to this election day. I just can't imagine she has much fuel to go on, and I suspect that a big win by Trump across the board tonight will be the end effectively the end of her campaign.
Senator, we talked over the phone here before the show. Some of these races are open primaries. Some are semi-open, meaning unaffiliated or even affiliated people can vote for whomever they want here. In the past, though, New Hampshire, we thought maybe there would be a big splash with Nikki Haley and those voters. Not the case. You don't think that's going to happen tonight?
No, and first off, there aren't as many states that allow Democrats and Democrats and non-affiliated voters to vote. Most of the primaries are, you have to vote for whatever party you are, and if you're not affiliated, you can vote in either party primary. So there's just not as much room to switch, and even in some of these states, in Texas, you've got primary races in the state of Texas, for example, on the Democratic side, and a lot of very key state legislative races. You're just not going to see, given the fact that Nikki's campaign really has not gotten any kind of momentum or wind at her back, you're just not going to see a huge effort of people who are going to cross over, because I think that they know the race is over, just Governor Haley doesn't.
Let's bring in Jennifer, who we mentioned, and also Madison Gilbert joins us. I want to get your thoughts, Madison, on following up on what Rick Santorum said there regarding Nikki Haley. Again, it's hard to imagine her continuing on after this point. And she had told us previously at American Agenda, as long as she has momentum, she will continue. But is today effectively going to be the end of that momentum? Actually, Jennifer, we're going to go to you. We're having some trouble with Madison's audio.
Wonderful. Thank you. Well, I totally disagree with the senator, clearly. First of all, 11 of the 16 states today are open or semi-open primaries. That means that unenrolled voters can vote. I also will have to say that as someone coming from Massachusetts, where 64% of our unenrolled voters are able to vote in the Republican primary, I take offense to the fact that it's only Vermont. In Vermont, Governor Phil Scott, very popular governor, endorsed Nikki Haley. In Maine, which also votes today, Susan Collins, who's an incredibly popular senator there, also endorsed her. And in Alaska, Lisa Murkowski endorsed her. And I'll also say that every time Trump makes a threat to voters, like he did over the weekend to D.C., and he said, you have no access to me if you don't vote for me. It's just like earlier in the year when he said, if you are not MAGA and you give any money to Nikki Haley, you are permanently barred. And then Nikki Haley raised $1 million in less than 24 hours. And so I think the same thing will result in Virginia. So I think that there are lots of states that are still at play, and 874 delegates are at stake today. And so it's still far away for Trump to get to that magic number of 1215. And at the end of the day, 70% of Americans do not want to see another Trump and Biden showdown. 60% believe that Trump and Biden are too old. And 30 to 40% of voters in the Republican primaries have been saying that they don't want Trump.
We also do want to make note here that Trump is up in a lot of the polls today, actually all of them. Jennifer, just so we're clear, I'll give you 10 seconds. Do you think Nikki Haley has a path forward even after today?
I do think she does, because you don't need to actually win a state. What you do need is you need to win those delegates. So she does have a path forward.